Hi everybody and welcome, it's Kevin, and this is the project video for the Rocker card. We're using the Circle Celebration stamp set again, of course, because that's what this Craft Day in a Box is all about. And we're going to use a variety of different stamp sets from here. You're going to choose the ones that you like and decorate your card the way that you see fit, but I'm going to show you my suggestion. We have my sister Sue to thank for the inspiration behind this card. You're looking for the envelope that has a whole bunch of circles and a semicircle in Coastal Cabana. That's the part you're going to need for this. And Sue did a couple of these rocker cards, and I was quite taken by them. I thought they were absolutely a fabulous, ingenious design. So thanks to Sue for this. We're going to put this together. I don't have a sample to show you because this is going to be my sample as I make it. We didn't want to sort of preclude any ideas or give you any necessary ideas at the beginning. And this one's been a work in progress too, so it's taken us some time to get here. I've just realized that I didn't score my circle, but your large circles should already be scored. I've got to find the middle here again. Just forgive me 1 second. 2.5 and a 16th. 2.5 and a hair over 2.5. There. Okay. So your large circle should have been scored already, and all you have to do is fold it in half. It doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be somewhere roughly in half. Finding the exact middle of these circles can be a little bit difficult, but here's the idea. Once you fold this in half, you stand it up. This is the base of your card. Whoops, I went too hard, and it rocks back and forth. It's fabulous. Okay, so choose a front. Mine overhangs a little bit on one side than the other, so this is going to be my front. You've got a piece of Coastal Cabana that's a half circle that is a little bit smaller, and it's been texturized with the subtle embossing folder, so it's got a bit of a linen feel to it. That is going to go on. Let me bring in I've got white against white here. You probably can't see this really well. So that is going to go on here, and I'm just going to adhere that down with some liquid glue. Okay, I'm just doing my layering to start with here. Then I'm going to get into doing some stamping and whatnot. Then we've got a larger white circle that is going to go on here like this. And then there are a variety of other circles included in your kit. And we're going to layer those on there somehow. You decide how you want to do them. You could even go off the edges here if you wanted to. We've included an extra white one that does fit the large orange colored one, the Calypso Coral one, because you could layer them like that, or you could layer colors like that. This could be your sentiment tag. This could be your sentiment tag. You can decide how you want to do them. If you haven't figured it out yet, this is going to be our challenge card. We are challenging you to find an interesting way to decorate, layer, and stamp this card. And it's just meant to be a fun little exercise in seeing what everybody might come up with. And you can use dimensionals on any of these layers that you like. When you're finished with this card and you've got it all put together, it does actually fit in a regular envelope. You only have to be cognizant of when you glue your large circle onto the base, don't glue it up too high or it's going to be too wide to fit in your envelope. But if you keep it so that the distance here and here looks the same as the distance here, which should be about 3/4 of an inch, maybe just a hair more, then it will fit in the envelope. Okay, so you can stamp this as you like. I'm just going to play around here and see what I get, and I'm going to texturize up some of this. So I'm going to start with, from my stamp set, the greenery one, and my Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to pull in Coastal Cabana ink, and I have no idea what this is going to end up like. This could be an absolute disaster in the making. This is all an experimentation, and I'm just going to bring these in from the edges all the way around. Thought it reminded me a little bit of like seaweed or waves, and I'm thinking this could represent a boat, a little rocking ship on the ocean. There we go. Okay. Because this paper's been texturized already in an embossing folder, you're not going to get a perfectly clear stamp on it. That's okay. That's the effect I was going for, and I wanted it very subtle, so I did tone on tone. Okay. I think I'm going to glue that right down to my white circle card base while I'm going here. So it actually goes right to the top edge. I'm just going to put it down flat. That way I know I'm right on the edge. There we go. Looks like a slice of watermelon. That would be a fun design to do a card, as a slice of watermelon. Now, if you want, you have a ton of paper. You have actually every pattern of paper that is in this pack of paper, the Playing with Patterns paper. We gave everybody a quarter of a pack. You could pick any one of these beautiful papers out of here, and if you want to cover your circle with the paper, by all means, glue it right down to it and then trim around the edges. Any of these other circles that have been included, you could do exactly the same thing. And in fact, I may just do that just to show you. I think that's going to be far too busy, but I like that. Let me see what else is in here. There's some other really fun patterns, little stripes, little dots. No, I think I'm going to do this blue one. So let's do that. I'm going to take my it's the larger, it's not the largest of the white circles, but it's the larger of the circles that you've got inside. And I am going to just put glue around the outside edge of that and stick that down. And I'm just going to smush it around a little bit, turn it. That spreads the glue out underneath behind. Make sure that it's all good all over. And then I'm going to grab my paper snips and be very careful not to cut my actual circle. Just go slow. And now I'm going to have a Designer Series paper circle to put on the front. And you can do that with the smaller ones too. You do it with all of them if you want to. If you have circle punches or circle dies, these are all pretty much standard sizes for circle punches and dies. We may have used a retired one. You use what you have. There, so now I have a Designer Series paper circle that I can put on the front like that. And I think I'm just going to glue that on. So, about half. I'm not quite going to come all the way up to the midline. Pardon me. We'll do it the this way. There. Sorry, the pause there for a second. I had to stop for a sneeze break. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm going to rock back and forth. Let me see if I can tip this a little bit for you so you can see. Isn't that cool? Kids will love this card. Okay, then I think I want, like that. I like that too. Reminds me a little bit of a sunset. I've got to decide what to do here. They don't have to go centered. They can kind of go cattywampus off of each other. Yeah, I think I'm going to do something like that. And I think I'm going to do my sentiment on this white one. And so for that, I'm going to go to my lovely U stamp set. And there's this little one here that says, "Let's cheer you up." And I've always liked that one. See if we can find him here. Let's cheer you up. There he is. So let's grab him and Knight of Navy for that. Right there. And then I'm going to do like I did with a card I did earlier. A finger dauber and some crushed curry. And I'm just going to go around the outside edge. And crushed curry is a lot more vibrant than the petal pink that I did on the one earlier, so you don't need a whole lot. A little goes a long way. But I am making sure I get the very edge of it quite a lot because I want it to stand out in contrast. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to put that up on some dimensionals like there. Yep, let's do that. Let's cheer you up. Okay, and then I want to add a whole bunch of texture to these pieces. So I think we will continue and do tone on tone. So this is crushed curry, and I think I want to try out this polka dotted stamp. This one with the big flower, and this big honkin' one here that's got rings of flowers and things in it. I think I'm going to do try and do this on a variety of angles. So I'm only going to use the corner of it right across there and there. Oops, crowding myself in. And there. Maybe one more there. There we go. Yeah, it's got lots of pattern to it. Okay, I like that. Just something very different to do with that. Okay, and then let's grab this polka dotty one. And this is petal pink. do that one right plunk in the middle. Maybe it'll look like some coral or something. Yep. Going with my sort of nautical theme. This is a boat rocking. And then this one with the flower. Now, I don't have a Calypso Coral ink pad. So I'm going to try Grapefruit Grove. It's kind of orangey. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but let's see. It'll be subtle. And I think I'm going to do the same as I did with the yellow. I think I'm going to do multiples of these. I'm just going to space them out. Yep, I like that. So, one there. And one off there, like that. So, as if it were a larger pattern and this was cut from it. You could also stick some more Designer Series paper on these and trim around if you wanted. Okay. Now we've got those. Let's see what we're going to do. I think I'm going to glue that one right on. And I think he's going to stick up off the edge just a hair. Yep, I didn't put my glue right to the edge. I think I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this one. Pink one. And that's just going to go. Yeah, I think I will put it over both those like that. And I don't know. Do I want it down? Do I want a half of one? Maybe I want a half of one. Whichever half, doesn't matter. Yeah, there we go. So sneak that in underneath everything. Like that. And maybe I can put the other half. Yeah. Okay. And we need some bling. Oops. Ran all over the place here. There we are. Now I will tip it so you can see it and hope that it doesn't, whoops, fall over. That's the best angle I can do to show you how it rocks back and forth, but it will rock back and forth. And you can see that if you do a theme with, you could have flowers, you could have any of the little characters, the donkeys. I've seen people do the donkeys on these on either side, and the donkeys are rocking back and forth. You could do it in the strawberries theme, anything at all. It's such a simple card to do. And to get your large circle, you're gonna laugh. I did use a template and a cutting machine to do it, but all you have to do is take the lid off of a coffee can or a small dinner plate. Anything that you have at all that is round, use one of those protractor compass things we used to have in the math sets in school. And the only dimension that you really have to be concerned about is, just remember, 5 inches. If it's around 5 inches, our standard cards are usually 5.5 tall. So 5.5 will fit in the envelope, no problem. But if you do 5.5, when you fold it in half, you have to be very cognizant of your width here. A 5.5-inch circle is going to be a little bit wider when folded in half, and so your other circle is going to have to go down a little lower on your card. So a 5-inch circle, and then this one that's here in the middle is about 3 inches. So just remember odd numbers, 3, 5. Some of these smaller ones here are from punches, some of them are from the nested circle dies, and yeah. So I think the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another piece of this same patterned paper that I use and trim myself off a 2¼ inch piece, and I'm going to decorate and make a coordinating envelope. And so I just open up my envelope flap and go very carefully as close as I can to the edge, and that's because I want the paper to be securely fastened at the very edges, so that if I do decide to mail this envelope, that my paper doesn't catch or get torn or ripped off by the automated postage machines of the post office. So then I close up my flap, put it flat against my desk, lean my paper up against it, and then tap it all down. That way I know I'm right at my top edge. And then we do the ironing. And then we simply trim off the excess. And that 2¼ inch size is like just exactly enough. So it may not even come right to the end at the very center of your envelope flap, but that's just perfect. You don't waste not, want not. There we go, 2 little bits of trash, and now we have a coordinating envelope to go with our little rocker card. So there, I hope you enjoyed that project. At the bottom of this page, you're going to find a Facebook button that will take you to a particular Facebook post for this project, where you can post comments and your thoughts about whether you like this design of card, and we would encourage you to please leave us some feedback there. We'd also love to see photos of your card. This is the challenge card. We're challenging you to think outside of the materials that were included in the package. Use them in different ways and come up with your own style and your own idea for this rocker card. And so do take pictures and do leave us comments on the Facebook group post for this project. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you're enjoying Craft Day in a Box. Have fun with the other projects, and we'll see you later.